Hey everybody, this is Stockbroker94. I'm not quite sure when I'm going to have this video up, and the video before this one mentioning the fact that I was actually willing to try this. This is a further demonstration of AMD Eyefinity setup on a triple 1080p monitor setup, resolution 5760 by 1080 or 5670 by 1080. I can't remember because dyslexia is fun. Pardon. So what we're doing here is this is optimizing the setup for Forza Horizon 4 using this exact setup on AMD Eyefinity. And once it's done, we're going to hit the benchmark mode. And I have tried this before, not while recording, so I don't know what it's going to look like. Because in some ways, I did test this in a previous video that I made literally 5 minutes ago on War Thunder, but sorry, it's early. I have not tried recording on Forza Horizon 4. I did try the benchmark. So here, once we get done with this optimization, we're going to see exactly what this looks like on this particular setup. I think it should be fine. I don't think we're going to lose that many frames per second. Just because we're recording, because it didn't seem to affect War Thunder too badly. But again, two very different games. One racing, of course, one kind of first-person shooter, I guess. But this will show us the full extent and full ability of AMD Eyefinity. In my last video, if you haven't watched it, go ahead and watch it. I did an Eyefinity setup with two 1080p monitors and one 720p monitor, and it was just it was a garbage fire because that 720p one, actually kind of where this black bar is down here, that you could see, that's actually where it was while I was playing on the two 1080p monitors, and then my third monitor on this side, basically right here. This was a 720p monitor, and these ones had to match the highest resolution on this monitor, and so it led to, yes, a black bar up here. It was displaying the vertical resolution up here. And you couldn't see those black bars, but I could, so it really still got me annoyed. Wow, goodness. I'm going to have to stop talking for this benchmark just so you can hear it and watch it, but let me know what you guys think. Wow, yeah, look at that. So, okay, so we gotta mute that. So yeah, look at this. I mean, even though we were recording, we still had this really nice high frame rate. I don't think this is too different than before I was recording. And this will show you all the things that it turned on and off. Yeah, show you my full setup here. So we are currently running 5700 XT with a Ryzen 7 1700. Video memory, this is an 8 gig card, and I finally managed to upgrade to 16 gigs of RAM because I did want to play this game. And as you can see, it wasn't going to quite cut it running just 8 gigs of RAM. I had to close everything off. And then I think the computer had to adapt just for that set amount of RAM. So we had to turn a lot of the settings down. It was just abysmal. It was not as fun. So I do think, yes, this is obviously a more demanding game than War Thunder is. But despite that, we're still managing these really good frame rates. I do apologize if that was a little on the loud side. It certainly was on my end, and I realized if I was talking that whole time, you weren't going to hear a thing. And it was going to be hard to hear the engines, you know, the road noises, the crowd noises, all this other stuff while that was happening. That is honestly, I'm just sitting here in front of it. Obviously, it's going to be different for you unless somehow you have the same setup I do, which is, I guess, plausible and not that expensive. That is really, really immersive. It really is. I don't know how else to explain it, but I do fully recommend running this game on AMD Eyefinity if you can. Or, again, if you can manage to get the NVIDIA equivalent running, do it. It is really fun. It's quite a blast. And, again, you don't have to spend a whole lot. If we're looking in terms of which monitors I have, how much they cost, again, down this line here, this monitor cost around $66 at Walmart. This one cost about $70 buying online. And this one here, line right about there, also costs $66 at Walmart. So not including tax, that's $202, give or take. So for $200, you can get you can probably get a nice 1440p monitor for that. I haven't looked at prices in a while, but it's not going to be as wide, and you're not going to get the same setup as far as in-depth feel. I gotta say, it was spectacular just sitting there and watching it. It does kind of distort your side view a little bit. You probably saw a couple of the cars on the right side or left side stretched out a good bit, so it distorts it. But like I said in my last video, once you get used to it, it's like driving a car that you haven't driven for a while. Like my 2006 Ford Escape, front-wheel drive, short wheelbase, all the way to a a rear-wheel drive Crown Victoria 4-door sedan about the size of a cargo ship. It's a change and pretty drastic, but you get used to it. And then once you switch back to a single monitor, it just loses all feel of immersiveness. So it is and isn't good. Hell, you know what? Let's no, I don't want that. So what we're going to do here is we're going to show you, well, actually, that doesn't make any sense to do because you're not going to be able to see it the same way I can. I'll show you how much it cuts off, I guess. So what we're going to see here is we're gonna rewatch the demo, but in a single 1080p monitor. Again, it's gonna be a really stupid setup for you guys to watch, but we'll observe it nonetheless. Let me know what you think. Yeah, so what we watched there, was 1080p resolution. Again, it's not super optimal. If I had editing software, I would splice, the ultra wide setup to this setup, back and forth. I don't have that right now. But you can see how much it cuts off, how much you're kind of missing to some extent if you go with a single monitor setup. So it really does add to the immersive feel. I would encourage you, if you're on a budget, just save your money, buy one monitor at a time. Try an AMD Eyefinity setup. Again, I don't know how well it works with Forza Horizon 4 on something like an RX 480. Cards are in kind of scarce supply right now due to the pandemic and, chip shortage. But if you have the luxury, I know monitors, I don't know that they've gone up in price a whole lot. And if you're feeling slightly irresponsible with your stimulus check, go for it. Get yourself a couple monitors. I'll maybe get yourself a nice single monitor and maybe a couple of monitors on the side. Try that. See what works for you. But I do fully encourage you to try out AMD Eyefinity because it seems to work pretty well. So with that done, we're gonna wrap this up. It's gonna be a little shorter than my last video. If you're new to the channel, feel free to leave a comment. Let me know what you want to see in the future. Drop a like, subscribe, become a stalker today, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you.